Welcome back. Another match of Highlander. Back on Eldrazi against a small potato. On the draw, uh, we've got three Urza lands, but not the ones you'd really want. Workshop Cave, Planar Nexus isn't really achieving much. I'm not hitting Metalcraft for the workshop anytime soon with this hand, so it's pretty bad. I'll take them all. I think last I saw, Small Potato was playing like Jun Delirium. Okay, this hand's a bit. Uh, it's a bit of a gamble, but Once Upon a Time plus Devour looks at 9 cards to find a Tron land. If I can find a tower, I can turn to Mystic Forge and then Dismember on turn 1, which is a pretty good curve. And if I find any other Tron land or any other Soul land, um, we can at least play a removal spell plus turn 3 Forge. So I'm going to keep. Put Ulamog on the bottom and reveal my Devourer. Okay. Okay. I'm blue, white. Blue, white, something. I don't know what the best way to sequence between if I should Once Upon a Time in response to my Devourer or just let the Devourer happen and then Once Upon a Night after. Um, Once Upon sees more cards. Let's Devourer first. Okay, there is a Tron land and a map. Let's just take the Tron land. That was on my wish list, so I think I'd rather just have the Tron land than mapping for a better Tron land. So let's just stick with the power plant. Draw that. Once upon Micro Spawn's pretty cool. Let's take Micro Spawn. It's going to be a bit of a slower hand, but this is alright. It'll take a while to get to Micro Spawn, but once we get rolling, we're going to have a lot of mana with Micro Spawn and then heaps of gas with the Forge. Skrell's Hive, cool. Infect? Or some kind of, I guess they're artifacts, so probably more like Affinity, given the Darksteel Citadel. Okay, Temple's nice. Let's play the power plant this turn to give us the ability to dismember only paying 2 life. And then next turn we're set up to either play Forge or play Microspawn. Don't know what I'm going to do with the Microspawn yet. I guess we'll see what they do here. Yeah, definitely Affinity-esque. I do tend to like the matchup against bots. Obviously, it's a bit different to just colorless bots, or a lot of people opt for the light blue splashing bots, but this looks like a more Steel Seraph. More committed to the actual white cards. So he's casting a double white card here. So maybe it's like a Esper Sentinel, Ingenious Smith kind of maybe equipment-y build. Who knows? I will be dismembering this thing before we get to combat. Oh, Confluence is a nice pickup as well. Let's go with the micro spawn. We could try and kick it next turn and play Confluence this turn, but I think the Confluence hasn't really got a great use for it next turn, and killing one of their lands probably isn't the biggest deal. So let's just go grab probably just Tower, given we've got the Nexus to turn it on. Yeah, let's just get Tower. Play my Lantern. There's a world where you go get a Guy's Cradle to pump up with the Confluence, but given this is always going to be 3 mana compared to Guy's Cradle sometimes being 4 or more, I think I'll just take the safe bet and take the Tower now. This also lets me Devour next turn, which is pretty appealing. Okay, I don't mind a hanging back. I'll probably just ignore it for a little bit and then Devour it once they've got it up to a bigger size. Happy to stay back. Like, I'm not actually in a rush to attack with the micro spawn, given these mites. Let's just slow things down a bit and play the Forge and settle in for a bit of a longer game. If the board's stable and you've got Forge and a bunch of mana going, then yeah, it's a good spot to be in. Solarian's pretty good for next turn. I think we'll just play the Vault out, play the Talon Gates. Not sure if I have the Scroll Hive or the Hanger back with the Devourer. I think the Scroll Hive. Right, it has to be a coloured spell. Or coloured permanent, so I was never going to hit the Hanger back. I'm silly, but yeah, the decision was, even if I could hit the Hanger back, I was going to hit the other one, so that's cool. And the next turn we've got heaps of mana with, like, this is a Soul Land, this is a Soul Land, this is a Tri Land, this will be at least a Soul Land, so yeah, hopefully we just have a flurry of spells on top. If we just have 5 lands in a row with that Mystic Forge, could be in trouble, but even that said, we're still winning on board, so in a good spot. Might even just untap the Mana Vaults. Next turn, a path. Ooh. Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking about not searching, but I think given the Tolarian's only 1 land, well, it's a soul land compared to a normal land that makes 1 mana, so I'm happy just to. I'm not going to not search to keep it around, it's not that valuable. The Sol Ring is fine, I'll just draw it. And I will untap this, just on the off chance that we have 2 lands on top. Yeah, have a look at that. It's really not too bad to untap your mana vault when you've got this much mana, because it's really only losing you 1 mana. Paying 4 to untap it compared to tapping for 3, so unless we use pretty much all of our mana this turn, it works out better that we did untap it. Save that 1 life point at least. I will try not to tap the mana vaults. It'll be the last thing I do tap. Oh, I tapped. Just on the off chance we do get to keep it untapped. I think we're back to getting that Tolarian again. So actually, let's go get Ivurgen, just to guarantee a big spell next turn. Like, we can very comfortably activate it and find something big, so let's just grab that. So I guess an okay draw for next turn. Let's get in. This card's like secretly the best card in the deck. I can flicker the Hangerback to effectively kill it without giving him any Thopters. I can flicker Golos to go grab Tolarian probably. Actually, I probably should have thought about that. Given I just Golos and I was about to Golos again, I probably should have got Thespian Stage the first time and then Dark Depths on the second trigger, and then that would be producing the 2020. But this is pretty good too. I can't complain. So they might have a few options here, maybe thinking about spinning the Monumental Henge. I really do like blue-white artifacts. I've played a list in the past with like Stoneforge. I think I had the Thopter Foundry combo as well, Urza, Emery. There's a lot of good payoffs. Well, this card. Okay. Is it? Wait a second. Okay. I thought for a second its parent toughness was equal to the greatest mana value of other artifacts. So I thought it was going to be a 0/0 and then die. But that was not the case. I think I'm going to stick with the plan I had. Double Flicker and Mega Scion. Look at this. Look at that. Yeah, I still have good Tolarian here. I think Tolarian makes slightly more than Cradle does. Yeah, let's go with Tolarian. Emrakul, don't mind if I do. Whatever, just take a point. Oh, baby. I love Ugin. Ugin, Mystic Forge is like such a fun way to just fly through your deck. Let's see. 5. I'm not going to count. I'm going to have faith that Uggin's going to get me to Emrakul. No, I will count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he'll get me there. That is also mana neutral. Cradle for next turn. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Yeah, once you have Cradle, Tolarian, like I probably have 20 plus mana next turn. I wouldn't be surprised if I could have played half my deck off of the Mystic Forge. When you've got mana reduction in the form of Ugin and this Ugin, you've got like, every Eldrazi costs 4 colorless less. Yeah, you just kind of go crazy. Blue, white artifacts, huh? The good news is it actually gets better post-sideboard. We've got Thief of Existence to exile artifacts, Wastscape Battle Mage as well, and Haywire Might, so a lot of artifact exile options. They got the One Ring, we got it pretty well covered. Ugin 6 isn't very good. All this dust. Things that say destroy something that's colorless. They have enough colorless things that I'm going to try and... I'm going to trust that these aren't going to be that good. What else do we want? Maybe Spatial Contortion. None of these lock pieces seem very good against a bots type style deck. Purification, no, probably not. The life gain could be okay, but they're gonna be able to survive that Annihilate 2 very well if they go wide or just put a lot of little things into play. So let's leave that one. Eternal Scourge seems pretty poor. There's actually quite a lot of cards I'm looking to cut if I have the ability to do so. Yeah, a lot of cards I'm not that sure about. I reckon these 56 I'm comfortable with. So I'll take 4 of these last 5 over here and begrudgingly put them in the deck, but that's always how it is. When your deck says destroy colored permanents very well, at some point when you play against a artifact based deck, you gotta just accept that you're not gonna have the best options. Matter Reshape is pretty bad against them. Let's try these ones. Generally, Matter Reshaper, Eldrazi Repurposer, and Eternal Scourge are some of the quicker cuts game 2 and 3. Eternal Scourge especially so when you've got an opponent who's not really interacting, not fatal pushing or bolting it, so it's just a 3-3 really. Looking at this hand, I think it's fine. A little slow, but it kind of snowballs very well. And it's quite interactive with the might. Don't know how I'm going to play it though. There's a lot of ways you can approach this hand. Now there's even more. I think maxing out what we do turn 1. Yeah, the turn 1, this is going to be the best turn 1 where we go play Talisman, play Might, play Bauble. And I'm not sure if I want to crack the Bauble or if I want to just save it to be mana. Effectively, any artifact in play represents an extra mana with the Academy, so I might just hold it. for that reason, but also I do need something else to do. If the Forge doesn't bring anything, they've got their own Soul Ring. Definitely should prioritize getting rid of that. And these kind of mirrors the whoever's got the most mana tends to, since neither deck interacts that well, the one who has the most mana does the more, puts more stuff into play and tends to win. So let's try and stymie their mana a bit. I think I'm not going to cycle the bauble just yet because I've already got plenty to do with my mana. I draw my own Soul Ring. Jeez. Let's go play that. Solarian. So much mana already. My goodness. This will be good next turn, but I'm definitely not going to exile it. I don't mind just casting it. Unfortunately, I can't do it for 3 and exile the master, but let's just do it for 1. Scry 1, draw 1, and make a spawn. Still with the plan to use the Halo Light. It isn't really that important, but I can't say no to it. I love mana. It also means we can go a bit further this turn. Like casting that, for instance, is kind of nice. I think I will. Every opportunity you get to cast something off your Mystic Forge is like pretty much drawing a card, so man. Let's kill that. We'll get the Sol Ring next turn. I'll even just play this. It'll be a 1/1 thanks to the it that holds the end, so it doesn't die, so I can just funnel mana into it next turn. Let me know in the comments if you think this is a pretty good turn too. I think it's passable, but it should be tough to win. It's actually ridiculous. There's like 11 permanents? 10 permanents in play? City's Blessing on turn 2. I mean, yeah, I've just drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have all 7 of my points in hand or in play. Beautiful. Just how we drew it up. Yeah, this is the only thing that uses blue mana, so I'll just spend all my blue mana. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I could cast that this turn. What do you cast? So it costs 10 with the 1 reduction here and the 2 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is +1, so 7, 8. I'm just short, but I think I'm going to be alright. Just go. I think counter on Ballista. This Saga, I guess. I'll be thinking too much about trying to optimize this when it's pretty over. Maybe like a Wrath of Skies, but I'd be very surprised if they were playing Wrath of Skies in their deck. Balance wouldn't be that bad. Just an insane turn 2. Notably, I think I actually could have played the Emrakul had I just Ballista Ping itself is 2 more card types, so I would have been up to 4. Plus, yeah, I think it might have actually been exactly enough. Yeah, pretty silly. My deck is like very much a commander deck, but it just does what the commander late game looks like on turn 2 or 3. with the best hands, of course, but yeah, this deck's a lot of fun. If you want to try it out, I'd highly recommend it. Tinkering out Citadel? Probably Citadel with 13 life. Oh, Cannoneer, that's not going to be a big deal. I think I can just dismember it, to be honest. Yeah, we can do anything we like this time. I guess we'll just have fun with it. This is just gonna be just a grotesque turn. Let's tap this. 7, 9, 12. That said, I could actually lose to a force negation here. That would be funny if I was choosing this line and that's how I lost this game. If they had force plus any artifact, this would be unlockable. I'd die at 6. But that didn't happen, so all went well. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.